all shiny and clean. I'm your recent adaptation. Time to redefine me. Oh, I'm feeling better now.
Welcome. And if you're finding this video, you're either watching on Rumble or you're watching my backup channel for ebomey, which at this point in time I could really care less which one gets blown out of the water, because WokeTube has given the captain a strike once again for telling you who the true winner of the 2020 election was. So, what am I looking at? Kaiserpfalz Altbier. It's a German-style ale, and it's a product of the United States, and it does not give, well, it does, 5.1. You might have seen that before even I did. And literally, as I reached up to turn the camera on, Christine yelled that dinner was ready. Okay, well, it does look like a German-style beer. Kaiserpfalz. Kaiserpfalz. Always has that sort of somewhere but between a sewer pipe and some roasted caramel. More towards the roasted caramel. Cheers, guys. Anyone that's finding me over here. Well, every comment I leave is going to be how to find me over here. Okay, got some catch-up to do here. Missing out on flask 130 was Mike saying cheers. Then he says, I will cap anyone who gets in my way or piss me off, them get VA to get me off on PTSD, war-related. Then he says, Paul from Ohio isn't too far from me in Indiana. Then he says, I wish I could have gotten Ed's carry G19 pistol, but that never happened, and I am not mad about it. Just didn't work out. Well, a whole bunch of things didn't work out. Mike, trust me, there was quite a few items that yeah. But unfortunately, it goes exactly as it goes. The vultures swoop in and take what they want. That's why I'm so glad that shit never happened with me and my sister. I was like, I've got a good house. You go ahead and take Dad's house. Simple. You know what? There's so many bitter fucking people these days. Mike again, working for friends or co-workers is generally get fucked in the end. At least I do. Well, I can address that. Because me and McLean were talking about it, and he, when I work for Greg, he usually pays me almost double what I would normally make. And then this particular go around, right now I'm actually banking projects with him. I want him, me and him will knock out my front porch and get that done this year. And then I told him next year I need to take the patio all apart. I wish between now and then I could win like a mini lottery, because my plan is anyone that's been to my house knows that there is like a little bump out, which was all part of the original design of the house, I believe. It's in the kitchen, and then the door is right here. But if you back up and walk into the dining room, there's a great big window, and I would like to take that and turn it into French doors going out onto a deck. And everything that Christine wants redone in the form of a patio would actually be a bigger deck. But that's kind of pricey. Wood is starting to come down, but Today, we needed smaller sheets because we had to put stuff in the Greg's van, and we bought 2 foot by 8 foot. So a 4 by 8 sheet of green treat, 5/8. I think it was 5/8. Basically, they just cut it in half, and then you can buy, 2 by 8, 4 by 4, that kind of thing. It was $37 and something a piece for them. That makes it more than $70 for a 4 by 8, 5/8 thick green treat plywood. Thank you, Joe Biden. Personal favorite. She's somebody. First in is Smile Money saying first. Miss 27 says nice to him. Tuba Shine says first, being second. I hate to let you down. Blue Healer, 2 shots and 2 thumbs up. Oh shit, hang on. I needed to give everybody a... Oh man, are you kidding me? Everything that I did got... I pressed the wrong button earlier. Hang on. Copy that. Now go back to Smile Money. Okay, sorry. Gotta make sure you guys know where to find me. You know what, I probably... Okay. If I actually put the real link in there, will it stay? Okay, here we go. I'm sure if it gets put in here enough, it will. Let me just do that. There. They can't delete them all, can they? Blue Healer. Oh my god. Oh my god. Because then, now I need to... I'm struggling. It's okay. So many less people will see me. It'll be a freaking miracle. Miracle. Okay, there. Okay. Clyde says Whiskey and Revolution. I could just call Clyde and give him, but this was probably going to be a lot faster. And Clyde, I am going to take you up on that one. This full disclosure, but last night? No, the night before. That I also wasn't here. I could go for a little 11.1 actually. Matt and Miles both came over and we sat out back smoking cigars, drinking beer, and just having a great ass time. And I mean it. Matt and Miles normally throw sling grenades at each other, and I just sat back and went, my kids are getting along. Oh, got some packages too. Dubashine, have to listen in the morning, going to bed, good night, Dick Nozzle. Well, in this particular scenario, I am Mr. 10mm Bullet. Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to bring that up there. Miss out on some girls. Yeah. Again, I have to ask the question: when all of you social you people that think that somehow by trying to stop the truth, I mean, it's quite apparent that you have to stop the truth. There's more and more evidence coming out every single frickin' day, it seems like, about what the actual truth is. And yet, you want to, you can tell you what, WokeTube, you can try to stop people all you want, but you never will. You can't stop the truth. Blue Healer, damn it. Thumb cramp. It should have been closer than that. Smile Money says, thumb cramp. Damn, I hate when that happens. Hector says, Captain Fart Waffle again. Laugh out loud. G5. G5. G5 has been called in. It is a miss. Poco Loco says hi. Poco? Hi, my brother. Hope everything's going good with you on the home front, medical front, all of the above. EMT Railfran says, our garden actually did pretty good considering that we had no rain. Our actual pepper plants grew really good, but it is just now starting to produce fruit. Smile Money says, mine are finally done, but it's a warmer part of PA. Smile Money says, just for the record, our original comment should read pepper plants. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. We got, Jesus God. Salty says, super early naked, and it took, 3 scrolls to get through the sub-comments? We had ours in at the same time we always do, and for whatever reason, our garden is not doing shit. Sub-comments, slathered in lime green jello, says Hector. Salty says, my favorite. Hector says, smiling. Multi-Gunman, super early naked time is the best time. Multi-Gunman, or Mr. 27 to Multi-Gunman, what about late nakedness? Isn't all nakedness created equal? Salty to Mr. 27, yes, indeed. And then he says to Multi-Gunman, you get a naked, and you get a naked, and you get a naked. Mr. 27 to Salty, everybody needs a naked. Sharky, naked and all sun lotioned up, I hope. We're about to have another heat wave over here, so I stay lotioned up and hydrated. Miss 27, in naked we stand. Poco, got the light, thanks. Awesome. Hope it got there sooner than you telling me about it now. Okay, 2 packages. To Captain Dick Nozzle and no return information. Nice. Thank you. Fuck Joe Biden. Let's go, Brandon. Poco. Speaking of hookers, Ben Franklin had 15 dead bodies under his house. Smile Money says, okay, look that up. It was his home in London and was probably related to an autonomy school run by his protege. Poco. And Denpoco says, plus, that pure speculation, the fact that's proven is there was 15 bodies. Hector the Cat Channel, back again. Clyde said to keep you busy with comments so I can fill the tanks up your bikes with fresh fish water. Expect sputtering on your next ride. Laugh out loud. You don't need a bigger garage, Eric. Get drunk and park your shit on the roof. Let's go, Brandon. Oh, and all 4 of my high points. I removed the stupid bar that prevents firing the mag. There's always shoot. They always shoot now. Yes, I have all 4. I have 4 high point pistols. They were gifts. Get off my ass about it. Laugh out loud. You know what's nice about the high point, Hector, is you literally take the grip off of one side of the gun and jiggle it, and what looks like a bent up paper clip falls out. Fixed. Another one of Captain Dick Nozzle. USKY3 warehouse. I don't like the fact that it says KY on it. And I mashed my thumb really good a little while ago, and it hurts, and I'm whining. Maybe Hector can come over here and kiss it. Oh God, yes. By the way, he doesn't follow me over here anywhere anymore, but the Battle Bean had a birthday a few days ago. And it's the laser cut self. These are actually made out of metal. The Let's Go Brandon edition. I have to see where the Cummins turbo symbol is, and see how close I can get that on there. That is freaking awesome. Whoever sent these. There's one for each side. Like I said, they're metal. And then the cutout is, if you can, yeah, see? So you can peel and stick that to the vehicle. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, somebody. How about I just put it on one of my rifles. Got the Mosin out. This weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, or is it Labor? Memorial? Whatever. Jolson will be up here. The kids will be in Texas, so they can't be up here. But Smile Money, I plan on building something to hold paper targets anyway, but I'll also make sure I bring a 2x4, and I'm probably, I don't know what's the best thing, make a recessed hole, or just Gorilla tape them on, or epoxy them to the board. I don't know, but he sent me the deal was, he sent me two coins from the second to the worst president in American history, the communist traitor to our country, Obama. And then, of course, this one was eventually supposed to be the 1,000-yard shot. I'll probably Chuck, you're probably right. I'll be dead or something long before I get a chance to do that. But the piece of shit coins, they're all right. God, they just kind of make my skin burn just touching them. Yeah, shoot those at 100 yards. He said he wanted me to shoot them at 100 yards with the Mosin. And at one point in time, I could have absolutely guaranteed that. I mean, hell, Project Overkill, my 22, my AR-15 chambered in 22 long rifle. I never did get one to go off, but I did hit the primer on a 12 gauge shell. So at 100 yards, we were shooting 12 gauge, the end of 12 gauge shells. It started off with them standing up, and it was just like. So if I can hit the end of a 12 gauge shell with the 22, I should. But a bunch of stuff, and I cannot remember if this has been cited in since it got. I know all of the accuracy and all of the fun we were having with it. It had the scope that got taken off and put on the 50 cal, and then when I upgraded the JP. That came off of the JP. That is just absolutely an awesome scope. I mean, if I actually did get like a chassised up bolt gun in something, and of course there's all sorts of what would you do? You know, that 6.5 Creedmoor is really lately been the talk of the town. But it's another caliber. Mike. Cheers, man, he says. Rich Huff says, cheers all. Smile Money. I planted 3 bell peppers, planted this year, and they produced large and plentiful peppers. Better than ever. Just a small 25-foot square garden, and it all did great. 4 tomato plants, and I supplied neighbors and family with more than they could eat. Zucchini, so much that my wife made 6 loaves of zucchini bread just to use it up. Roasted eggplants, eggplant parmesan, etc. Oh, I Smile Money. I know some people probably go, ooh. I love to take the eggplant and slice it into nice, maybe half-inch thick pieces, and then I put it in an egg and like crumb, salt, pepper, crumb, and egg wash, and then deep fry them. Man, my kids. I never even told them what they were eating, but they were just like they were treating it like chicken or something. No, around here it seems like well, it's not a 50-50. It's like 75% of everybody I talk to says the exact experience that I'm having. I don't think the season's gonna run out before I get a damn thing. You know. Unless I seriously want to think about transplanting and turning it into hydroponics down here. I mean, that would take up space where the marijuana is, and I just don't know. I'm just kidding on that. Wow. Miss 27 says back to him, stray cats killed my pepper plants and one of my tomatoes and a dozen of my flower pots and a few new rose plants. They piss me off. Rich Huff, gardens in Ohio are not doing as well this year either. I do have a few reapers, but they are still very dark green, not ready yet. I know, and that's my fear is that I am going to, personal favorite, going to end up losing them. And I spent all this time watering and talking to them nice, all for nothing. Mike, lockouts are the way to go for me. Yeah, if if I can eventually put together that kind of money, I definitely will do them. I mean, Miles was talking about it. It seems like everybody that looks at it goes, you should do lockouts. Yeah, that's great. Tom, I would never ruin a good pizza with pineapple. My Italian friends have instructed me on this subject. Yeah, well, there's a lot of history where something might have been invented, but it was definitely perfected somewhere else. And this is one of those. Smile Money. Do you like the blonde furniture? I'm surprised you have not smile moneyed it yet. Is it a northern storage unit? Yeah, Smile Money. It's mostly northern storage, but I don't know. I mean, if you really kind of think about it, the only thing I've done to the Redhead was put a, now I'm drawing a blank. I put the safety on it, and I switched to a peep sight. And I'm telling you, the older your eyes get, the more you will appreciate the peep sight on there. And then I put their muzzle device, and that's just a piece of cake. I mean, you're talking about just spinning it on and spinning it off. I mean, it's... So, I mean, I didn't go in, and I didn't change the furniture on that either. I mean, yeah, Smile Money, to answer your question, I just, now I have much appreciation. I have a lot of free reign on northern storage items. There's, off the top of my head, I can only think of one that I have in the collection that I was told, quote unquote, not to Smile Money it. And the only thing I would have even thought about doing is removing the magazine safety, because yes, it still has it. And it's a gun I actually still need to do a video on. You guys have seen it. It's Smith & Wesson. It's the only second gen Smith that I have that's blued. But no, I mean, I'd be like, tear into it if you want. Actually, that's the one that has the trigger kit. It's okay. It's okay the way it is. I mean, I guess the Redhead did sort of, outside the realm, because it actually has a Hogue grip on it. I have the red furniture original grip, but I like shooting it, and I don't enjoy it as much with that stupid, thin, rusky, even though it's the right color. So, yeah. Thanks, My Money, for the tradition to Smile Money it. Nice abs. No, Smile Money. I actually had a kit and was thinking about doing something to it. Again, there's no limitations. It's just, if I did one, I'd like to be able to have a good one that I could. Not saying that that's not good, but I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm drawing a blank. The parts that are on mine, Eltenda's a great friend with them. I would love to be able to put the money aside to get one of their custom-built AKs. Just rock solid, The handguard is more... By the time you get it, yes, it kind of looks more like an AR. I mean, it looks very tactical compared to a traditional. Tom, less comments because Michelob Matt encourages us to change the channel. Tom says, defund the FBI. Mr. 27 says, amen to that, and amen to that. Mike, defund all government departments, man. Mr. 27, yes, do it. I have no problem with any of this. Mr. Mark Mac 85, hey Eric, Your buddy Dr. Fauci is retiring in December, laugh out loud. He will be so missed, laughing my ass off. Well, here's the thing, Mr. Mark Mack. That piece of shit is not going to be able to go away. See, here's the funny thing. WokeTube wants to make comments, and they have, about me giving out misleading medical information. But guess what's coming out? Guess what's already out? That the whole thing was handled wrong. The mask was a complete failure and a flop. Now, Fauci is talking about retiring. When the big wave takes over and the Republicans have everybody in place, that son of a bitch is going to be sitting in front of a grand jury. Mark my words, Mr. Mark Mack. Tom, Captain, I like girls with big thingies. I just wanted to make sure you knew that. Miss 27, he definitely needs to know this. I tell him all the time, so he will eventually remember. Come on! Sharky says, agreed. What? All of a sudden, what? This is what? Some kind of a revelation that the majority of the girls that I put in this? Let me just sum it up for you, so that people don't think that I am not particular to blondes. I like brunettes. I like long-haired brunettes. I like women that have a body. Big breasts, nice ass. I don't like these skinny little petite things. So just so we're all clear. But there's so many different people that might be, I mean, like for instance, you might be a Revolver fan. I got you covered right now. You might, we got some, I'm not even sure, it looks like Glock stuff, and then we got gold stuff right there, and then another example of a large-chested woman. Amen to her. Multi-Gunman, whiskey, IPA, and a 357 Magnum. That's all. Miss 27 says, what, no 12 gauge? It's like, I don't even know you anymore. Matt Davis, I took my motorcycle out for the first time this year. Sweet. Still needs work, but I'm riding, so I'm happy. That's awesome. I had Vivian out for a ride this week. Haven't been able to take her to Miss 27 said cool, by the way. Haven't been able to take her to work because I've needed tools and needed to move stuff, and I've moved the skid steer, and I've taken the dump truck to work, and yes, NIHOP, and then I took it to the fuel storage facility and put some in using my blue card. I flat out said, with the price of fuel going on these days, if you want me to do something as simple as run over and check on the drain in apartment number 2 over at the Hilton, it's no longer free. And that is one nice ass. And she also has something I also really like, and that is called chesticles. Mr. 27, intro brew ebomey is okay. I don't know if I've hit you up with one of these, so I'm going to hit you up with one of these. Then he says, intro, babe, 2 nice big knockers. I like that. I mean, here we are. I mean, how many times do I have to point out that they're bigger than Mr. 27 says 31st. EMT Rail fan, here until the out girl. Glad that I stayed. Thank you. Sharky, SH Club baby. Miss 27, hey, beer, remember when I said I'd drink you last? I lied. Miss 27, 10 minutes and 16 seconds. That brew booty could be put in a trance when it wiggles. could put you in a trance. Let us. What? Oh, yeah. Mr. 27. That is just a pending wiener ride. Mr. 27 says pineapple pizza is good. Mr. 27, wow, I missed 3 ebomey Studio brew reviews. Matt Davis says E2. Sharky says, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you? E2 is a miss, and I'm pretty sure someone already called the E3, which was destroyed earlier in the season, so that one would have been an impossible anything but a miss. Miss 27 says, I drank Michelob last night at my father-in-law's. It wasn't bad. No, it's not bad. Miss 27 says, defund the ATF and fund real big brew boobies. See, again, do I have to point out? Miss 27, where are Matt's sister's double D's at? I don't think they exist. Then he says, then he says, since I missed a few videos, I'll just do extra comments here. Man, that's really not necessary. I mean, I appreciate it. Miss 27, spicy lime mango beer. I don't know. Yeah. Miss 27, interesting. Talk about new tires. I always thought changing 2 was okay. If you're a 4-wheel drive vehicle and your tread life, like say, you gotta look. I would talk to a pro. I'm not going to give out advice that could possibly wreck something in your vehicle. You definitely always do 2. That's all I can say. On a 4-wheeler, a 4-wheel drive vehicle, if say your backs are really worn and your fronts really aren't that bad, which also means they probably weren't being rotated around like you're supposed to. You have to look. You have to make sure that your tread life is at least pretty good on the 2 that remain on the vehicle. Obviously make sure your better ones are put on the rear. Blue Healer, blonde and a redhead at the same time. Sharky says best thing. Mr. 27 says, safe and loaded redhead. Nice. Then he says, damn. At anti-gun bigots. Biggins. Then he says, 44 minutes and 55 seconds. Are those robo-tits? I can here another example. I don't know about robo-tits, but for an Oriental woman, they are unusually large, and I like that. And same with those. Blue Healer, both on the hubs. Mr. 27, who is it texting you on the phone? Was it Matt's sister, Double D's? No. Miss 27, outro babe is okay. Blue Healer says, the barbecue, do they deliver to Missouri? Probably not. Mr. Mark Mack, I agree with you, Eric, about the heavier trigger on a carry gun. Something maybe in a double action, single action with a hammer. Nothing wrong at all with having a double action first shot. Personally, I like a hammer-fired pistol. I agree. I agree. That's not what I have on my side at this moment in time, but I prefer a gun with a hammer. I prefer a 1911. I like all the sizes. I personally like the commander size. There's a couple that I wouldn't mind adding to the collection, but overall, when I carry a commander size gun, it's Ed's Ruger. Just perfect. And I would really, really like to get my Raptor in the Ultra Raptor, which is the 3-inch. I love that size of a 1911. They disappear on your side, but yet here you are. You got a 1911, and like I've said, if you're gonna have something like that, I know the first time to the range it's a little pricey, but you should always bring everything that you ever think you're gonna carry in that, and make sure that you run a couple mags through it. Like I said, it's going to be kind of expensive, especially now the first time. But if you think you're going to carry a Hornady XTPs, you better buy at least 2 boxes. One that will stay with the gun and the mags, and then 1 box to thoroughly vet. Again, I'm pretty sure that doesn't qualify as tiny. But no, Mr. Mark Mac, hammer fired is always my way to go. But a good striker fire, which is actually what I have on me now, the HK. Like I said, I just love everything about that style of the HK, right down to the way it looks. I realize that something like a Glock, who gives a shit how it looks? You gotta always keep in mind how it works. I know. I started off my YouTube life as a Glock hater, and then NIHAP had to poke the nest on that. And the funny thing is the one Glock I actually want to have and to carry is the only one I have never owned, I have never shot, and that is the Model 29. That is their little guy chambered in 10mm. And again, what I like about that is it has the punch of the 10mm and a fairly decent capacity because it's a double stack. Yep, I just haven't crossed paths with one of them yet. McLean never liked working on brakes or front ends. Yeah, right now the only thing that I keep thinking about is it has to be the caliper on the front left. Otherwise, nothing else makes sense. I mean, I replaced pads, the little metal slide kits, used the high-end brake grease on everything. The side that was totally seized up has a brand new caliper. I mean, basically everything's new except for the rotors on both sides and the caliper on the driver's side, because it seemed like it was functioning. But for whatever reason, if you're going straight and you stab the brakes, for a moment it wants to pull and then it like straightens out. And the only thing I can think of is maybe one of the pistons is hanging up, or I just figured doing from hard braking, like acting like someone pulled out in front of me and slamming on the brakes a few times. But nope, it's continuing to do it. McLean, I bet anything there's not one Democrat that would die for their beliefs. No, they're all pussies. McLean, time for another episode of Ass Eating Quarterly, Eric. Okay. Black rifles are fun. I know. I'll send him the link. Ladies and gentlemen, we must now consider the government as an enemy combatant. Please act accordingly. Amen to that. The problem is by just talking about it, I can be put on a fucking watch list. Because I care about this country and I see one of the parties, the one that stole their way into where they are, destroying this country. And yet, if you act like our founding fathers did, you'll probably just be 6 to 20 guys put down. You are some crazy militia. The media will be right there to make you look at whatever way they want you to look. Like I say all the time, if I was actually to be part of it, they'd come down here and they would either it would already be up, or they would tear this down, and under here you would find a swastika. Where the truth is, under here is not a swastika. The only thing left is the, it's because I'm black. So, there would be swastikas all over the place. I reposted a meme. The news says that the guy had 8 guns and 1,000 rounds of ammo, and come on, man, that's like amateur numbers. I've got more than that in one location. Well, I got more than that not in that location. Wade, I guess my taste buds are ignorant. I've been drinking fully leaded Budweiser for over 50 years, and I'm happy with that. Hey, if you're happy with it, that's all that matters, Wade. Well, we don't have to have that conversation. Wade, speaking about tyrannical deep state, this week marks the 30th anniversary of Ruby Ridge. That's when I figured out the government serves itself, not the people. I'm thinking was solidified in 1993, not even a year later, when the same government burned men, women, and children alive in Waco, Texas. Sharky says, damn, Waco's been 30 years already. Shit. Okay, those are small, by my standards. Chuck, I've been married to 2 redheads. Life hasn't been easy. I bet not. I mean, I don't entirely know. I've never been with a redhead, but I know how I am, and I am a bitch. Sharky, but do you still have your soul? That is the main question, old man. Chuck says, mind, will, and emotion are still intact. Mind, will, and emotion. Then Sharky says, main question is, did any of them gain a freckle? Chuck says, no, I kept them worn off. Then Sharky says, then they're at least 2080. Good on all the crap you pulled, all kidding aside. I hope you're doing good, Chuck. No, when Chuck isn't being a complete dick, no, Chuck, I always wish you the best. Jade Elite Ammunition, wow, an IPA from Founders. Finally, they made a beer I will hate. Probably. I can't say that I'd ever buy it again. I mean, they do bad will, though. Jay on the wrong video again. I've always hated the Bushes, and I'm old enough to remember the deep state fuck Bush whack senior screwing around Reagan. They were the 1 or 2 things I will defend Bushy Wacky Jr. on. They are fractional and having to do with all his deep state sellout rhino BS. Sharky, cheers all. Tropic Thunder Bomy Epic. One movie to watch and remember. Never go full retard. Sharky, Redhead AK on duty and pistol lurking. Nice. And then he pulls out the blonde AK. Reminds me of a threesome I had once back in the day. Only difference, I had no redhead in the party. It's too bad. Sharky, keep out of the reach of children. That doesn't need a mag disconnect. It needs a Joe disconnect. Sharky, 2615. Love the rant, but love the clam dinner more. Oh, you're interrupting her. Better be good.
She really.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's Mrs. Ass. She loved that ass. Why would you not? Sharky 3745. Who cares about more gun channels with alcohol when you're looking at that? With or without alcohol. She's fantastic.
I am.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I know exactly why. She's fantastic. She fits the Sharky, Hotel 6. We'll leave the clam dinner open for you. H6 is a miss. H6 is a miss. Sharky, SH, outro 1 over the intro, babe, in my book. Well, I'd like to think there's going to be less scrutiny at the end as I get at the beginning, so the end girl always takes at least one step closer to the edge for me. Miss 27, get to the brew chopper. Then he says Brewbomey and 7 brew babes. Then he says Salty is gunning and running naked in the desert. And that is the last comment as we go to the club. There's 3 of you in the club. Kaiserpfalz Altbier, 5.1%. Where do I put this? It's fairly stereotypical. I don't know. I wouldn't buy it again if that answers any questions. Overall, though, I'd give it a 6. Unless someone wants to fill me in, I don't even know how the hell I ended up with it. See, again, biggins. First in the club is Rich saying cheers clubbers. Cheers, Rich. Salty says cheers naked clubbers. Cheers. Smile Money. Hey, a late one. Cheers. Yeah, that's because I was I got the roof on Greg's garage, so it needs to be shingled. And Miles is going to be putting the garage doors in for him on Friday. I'm just going to have to feel Greg out to see if I'm going to be there tomorrow or not. Hey, if I'm banking it, that's fine. I'd help him. I'd help him anyway. I mean, he's a wealth of information. There isn't a thing in the construction world that I don't think he knows. And again, like I've said, even when we get into a gray area and he's not sure, then we make sure exactly what the code is and make sure we step it above that. So, yeah, lately, for the last couple of years, Greg has been just a great person to work with. I actually, even though I don't want to do this anymore, at least he makes it so I don't hate showing up. So treated like an equal, even though he's definitely the brains of the bunch. The guy could roll into a field and put whatever you want there, a building, a house, a garage. So guys, here, let me give it one last before I go up to dinner. 1 hour after she said dinner was ready. Nope, that's it. And again, I don't know who's all going to see me, but if you want to go over to Mr. 10mm Bullet, at least it's better than Rumble. But I'll be at both places for the next 7 days because WokeTube wants to try to squelch the truth. Cheers.